everybody, my name is Elijah Muse and I want to welcome you all here to Gifted Hands Music. Whether this is your first time here to our channel or you're a regular, we are dedicated to learning the language of music and loving every single step of the process. So with that said, today we are going to be learning some great music and the song that we're going to be learning today is Every Hour by Kanye West. This is off of his new gospel Christian album titled Jesus is King. So it's actually a very simple song. There's only a few chords in this song. So what I'm going to do is show you exactly what those chords are, how to play them, and how you can add your own unique sound to it. All right, so let's jump right into it. All right, so you heard me play this song in the beginning at the playthrough. And so the key that we're going to be working in today, the key that this song is in D major. All right, so our scale for D major is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So D major has two sharps, that's F sharp and C sharp, all right? And then the rest are white notes. So, like I said, this song is very simple. It's really only four main chords. Four chords that I'm going to give you, and then there's a couple little extra things that they're doing in the original to kind of embellish and to add some extra fluff. So, the four chords are sing till the power of the Lord comes down. Sing till the power of the Lord comes down. All right, so that's it. So this is our first chord, right? G major 9. So this is the first chord that I'm playing, and it is the 4 chord of D major. So if we're in D, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4 chord, right, of D major. So all I'm doing is playing a D triad in my right hand. A D triad in my right hand. Then G, I'm playing G, D, and B in my left hand. 1, 5, and 3 of G. So that gives me G major 9. So that's the first chord, okay? And then you go down to F sharp minor. And this is just a basic F sharp minor 7 voicing. What I'm doing is playing an A major triad in my right hand. Okay, A major triad in my right. My left hand's playing F sharp and E. The root and the minor 7th, okay? So that gives me F sharp minor 7. And then I go to this E minor 7. I played a couple different ways, depending on where I'm at in the song, but it's based off of E minor 7. So this is your basic E minor 7, and sometimes I play it like this, maybe an E minor 11. So sometimes I voice it like that, which is this in my right hand, A, B, D, and F sharp in my right hand. And then E, B, and G in my left hand. So sometimes I voice it like that. Okay, so what we have so far, sing till the power of the Lord comes down. Sing till. Oh, and this is another way you can voice that E minor chord, right? You can play a D triad in your right hand over E, B, and G. So that's a couple different ways you can voice that E minor. So the 4, 3, 2. And then I play the 3 chord again, but this time I kind of play it as a sus. So instead of playing minor, this time we just play sus. So sometimes I voice it like this, which is F sharp and E in the left, B, C sharp and E in the right. Or I voice it like this. So I'm giving you 2 different ways to voice the sus. The 3 chord, that's a sus. F sharp sus. All right, so this is the second way, F sharp and E. Then B, E, F sharp, and B in my right hand. And so if you don't know what a sus chord is, a sus chord just means instead of playing the 3rd of the chord, which usually tells you whether a chord is major or minor, right? Because a major chord has a major 3rd, a minor chord has a minor 3rd. That's a half step lower than a major. You're playing usually the 2 and or the 4 of the chord instead of the 3, right? So this is an F sharp sus, okay? And then the last chord is this B7 sus. All right, so we went from F sharp sus to B7 sus. So now to play this is the 6th chord of D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my 6th chord of D. And I just got that by counting up the D major scale, right? So I'm playing B and A in my left hand. Then I'm playing E, F sharp, and B in my right hand. And once again, the sus chord, to find the sus, I'm on my root note, right? I go to the fourth of my root. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I gotta hit that 4. I added the 5th. And then in my left hand, I added the dominant 7 or the flat 7. Okay? And then so this sus resolves down after you play it to dominant, which just means the fourth note moves to the 3rd. So what does that give me? Sing to the power of 4, 3, 2, 3, 6. Let me play it to tempo now, okay? So those are all the chords. 4. And now I'm just playing it to tempo. 4. So 4, 3, right? And so what I was doing on the 4, I'm just hitting this D major triad, right? But it's over a G, so I'm still playing that G chord. It's a G major 9 when it's all together, right? But I'm just kind of bouncing back and forth. And then, so what is that? I'm just quickly hitting the 3 chord, which is the F sharp minor, right? So. And then I'm on the 2 chord, right? You can voice it however you want. 3, 6. And then back to the top. All right, so one thing I'm doing on the 4 chord as well is I'm rolling up to this F sharp, right? Just to add a little bit more flavor and kind of give it a bluesy sound, bluesy gospel sound, right? Gospel has a lot of these twangs and a lot of these slurs. So I like to add a lot of those into my playing. So all that is I'm going from E to F sharp. And I'm playing the A on top. Once again, this is still based off of this D triad that I was playing in my right hand. But all I'm doing is taking this, and sometimes I play it like this. Sometimes I play without the D and just play these 2 top notes. But either way you play it, you're just slurring up to that F sharp. So. All right, so what else do we have? I added a couple extra little things in there that I'm going to give you all. So the regular chord progression, we have that down, right? 4, 3, 2, 3, 6, right? All right, so now that we have the regular chord progression, we can add a little bit extra in there, right? So what I would do is just add a couple maybe passing chords or passing tones. So I'm going to give you a couple extra things that are done in the song and then something that I would just add on my own, right? So the first thing that's in the original is kind of a walk up, just meaning right? They play that, something similar to that in the original and in the live version. So all that is, this sounds very fancy. This is like a walk up using chords, right? But this whole thing, all that's 2 chords. 2 chords, literally, that's it. So what you'll find is a lot of these complex sounds and complex concepts are really built off of very simple things. Built off of simple chords or a simple scale, and you play it in a way that doesn't sound simple. That's the easiest way to put it. Okay, so all this is a D major triad, right? D major triad, your 1 chord, and an E minor triad, which is your 2 chord. So 1 and your 2, right? And so all I'm doing is playing inversions, walking my inversions all the way up the keyboard, okay? So this is essentially what I'm doing. D, you just alternate back and forth. D major, E minor, D. D, E, D, D, E, D. D, E, D, D, E, D, and so on and so forth. So in order to play this, you need to know your inversions for your chords, right? If you don't know inversions, it's going to be very hard. So I'd practice doing this with each chord. That's just me playing my D major triad with my left hand and my right hand all the way up the keyboard. Do that, then play your E minor triad in inversions all the way up the keyboard. After you have that, put it together. And don't be scared to go slow. Go as slow as you need to go. All right? But start slow and then build the speed up. And that's one thing that you can add kind of. And that would be over the 4 chord, right? So instead of playing this G major 9, I can play that figure. The D and the E chords alternating all the way up the keyboard, okay? So that's one thing you can do to add some extra flavors in there. You can also add licks and runs. I'm not gonna get into that though. Whoops. But and then the other thing that I would do is just add a quick passing chord, right? So the song starts off on the 4. Sing till the power of the Lord comes down. Sing to. So what was that? So I can add that. One more time. Till the power of the Lord comes down. So all I'm playing here is a passing chord, because the normal progression goes G, F sharp to E minor, right? So I view F sharp really just as a passing chord to take me to the E minor. So instead of playing the F sharp, I'm going to put in a secondary dominant, which is secondary dominant I've talked about in other lessons, but essentially it's just a chord or note that's a 5th away from the chord that you're trying to go to, right? So E minor is my target chord. So a secondary dominant is going to be a 5th above E. So all I do is count up the E scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go to a perfect 5th away, right? So B is my secondary dominant for E. So all I have to do is make a B dominant chord. So this is B dominant. And what I like to do to add more flavors is to make the dominant chord altered as well. So I did this, I played this, which is a B7 sharp 9 sharp 5 chord. This is a type of altered chord. And so what I'm doing is playing this is a basic B7 chord in my left hand, and then I'm adding a G triad in my right hand. Just a G chord, right? G triad. And I inverted it. So putting that together, that gives me B7 sharp 9 sharp 5. And all that does is add a bunch of tension, and it makes me want to resolve to the E minor. And it just makes it sound so much more beautiful. All right, and then so sometimes what I do is like I'll walk, just this is more of a complex concept, but I'll take my secondary dominant, right? And I'll walk it up in half steps, right? So that's all I did. And then you can also play it rootless, which just means I'm playing the same chord, but without the root note. So this chord, the root note is B, so I'll just play it without the B. So this would be the rootless version of B7 sharp 9 sharp 5. Okay, so just something quick and simple that you can add in there. And I think what I actually did though was played that, right? So you can do that. And like I said, all that is me taking this B7 chord, right? And I'm walking it up. So I'm like using a concept called side slipping. So I'm walking it up from the B flat 7. I'm just taking it a half step down and then bringing it back up, right? So just this whole chord moves down a half step, and then I'm moving back up, okay? And then what you can also do is take away the root. So that's what that gives me. And then that resolves down to the E minor 11. All right, and then that's the whole track right there. That's the whole song, essentially. All right, so that is the lesson for today. I hope you all enjoyed this lesson. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Like this video, share it with your friends if you're enjoying it, and subscribe to our channel. We have lessons coming to you multiple times a week. I release lessons usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so there's plenty content for you to learn, plenty things for you to practice. And as I said before, if this is your first time watching this video, I want to welcome you to the Gifted Hands family. Since you watch this video, you're automatically a part of the family. We are all learning and growing here together, trying to get better at our crafts, trying to learn theory, trying to learn chords, all of these things that are going to make us better musicians. That is why I'm here, to help you in that journey. So until next time, I will see you all. Get to practicing. I hope you just keep learning, growing, and working on your craft every day. I'll see you all very soon.